Hi guys, let's see one more kit from MiniArt. Yep, previous one RCO almost painted, waiting for winter camo, but today we have this M3 Grant Mk.1. Many variations of Grant Lee tanks MiniArt produced, among them interior versions, but this particular kit without interior. But it is still a lot of details in the box. Cool desert box art, hurricane interceptors in the sky, and many painting variants available from the box, and details from plastic and metal. Inside the box, big pack with grey details, envelope with metallic details, decals, transparent parts, and so on. Instruction, of course, here. So a lot of details in the box, I said, and I think more than 1000 or even more details, but it is due to separate track links. Look how many details for them, but in the same moment these details not too much complicated and they should be workable after you assemble them. And it's kinda sandwich assembling system, well, if such a system exists. And I think work with these caterpillars would be okay and not too much boring, not too much difficult, like some kids have. Next pack of details is also identical because of rollers and suspension system, so a lot of repetitive work here. The suspension system I think would be static, but rollers could be assembled in workable condition, at least partially. Rollers have markings on the rubber parts. Details looks really cool, well, as usual, MiniArt kits. Well, I guess due to a huge number of variation of this kit, some of details were massively reused for all that kits, so some of them have casting artifacts, excess of plastic somewhere, but I think it can be easily sanded, everything, and it would be everything okay, I guess. All that modifications of this tank have some differences in markings, in details. I choose this Grant Mk.1 because I can paint it according to Alamein battle, one of the tanks under Monty's command. So one of the differences of this kit, except painting options, we have here sandbags, satchels and some other stuff that could be hanged on the sides of this tank. Not all kits from this series with Grant Lee tanks have them, but I think these bags could be purchased as a separate kit. As for other details, we have a turret with a secondary gun. Lee Grant tanks were one of that type of the tanks that massively produced and had two guns. Not so many tanks with two guns massively used, but this one of them. We also can find here some additional armament, machine guns, signal pistol, canisters, instruments, and a lot of different details as well. What about main constructional details? We have big sprues with big parts, different armored plates, constructional details, bulkheads, and so on, with a huge number of rivets on them, because this tank were assembled mostly with the help of rivets in real life. And all these details detailed in the same way from the both sides, because some of the versions of this kit have interior, the whole interior, crew compartment, engine and transmission sections. That kit's more expensive and have twice more details, well, if we not count track links. Model itself big, it's a medium tank, but it's high, with a turret, with a spawn zone, with the main gun. Really good details. Details that was casted in real, have casting textures, so we don't need to apply here some additional putty to imitate that texture. different serial numbers and casting marks presented here. The assembling here should be on a good level, as all MiniArt kits or most of MiniArt kits have. By the way, as for Armament, all guns casted as a single pieces or almost as a single pieces, so no annoying two-sided gluing process here. Look how cool looks such a wiring on some details. In such a moment you would regret why you not purchased the interior version of this kit, but maybe next time. Well, from previous experience, somewhere it is still needed sanding works, but it's not would be a big problem. Okay, what about other details? Envelope with fine metallic stuff, grills and other useful details, different handlers, which we definitely use in our kit. This metal comfortable in work, also transparent details for headlights, triplexes and some other details. And finally decals. We have here totally 8 variations which we can use according to instruction. And I already have some thoughts which one painting option we can use for this kit. So we can check what information and painting options gives us this instruction, this assembling guide. It's printed on a glossy paper. All 8 painting options represents M3 Grant Mk.1 in British service for 1942-1943. So we have here African campaign, amongst them Egypt, Battle of El Alamein. Also we have Near and Middle East units. So the most popular variation here is, I think, for El Alamein battle. So generally speaking, we can choose various desert yellow camos and one-tonal camos, or more complicated variations with additional green or brown camo, or even blue or some kind of dark. So different variations. And in general, in MiniArt boxes we can find a lot of variations of M3 Lee Grant medium tank, with such a little bit strange combination of armament, with such a sponson and a main 75mm gun in it, and a high-mounted additional turret with a less powerful gun. So big amount of various modifications with different camo and assembling options, I guess, for almost all main theaters and battle episodes. You can find Grant or Lee on your taste. So I love kits with good detailing, high level of assembling and interesting stuff in a box, and not overhyped vehicles. So such a video, such a short review, hope you enjoy. We definitely build this kit in one of the next episodes, in the parallel way with existing projects. So have a nice day, wish you good luck, and bye. See you next time.